I have a special guest joining me today on Primetime Local News. Brett Kissel is here. Brett is a friend of the show. Everybody knows him. Thank you so much for taking time to speak with me today, Brett.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. It's great to chat with you again.
Well, you're coming to Lloydminster here next week, and your show is sold out. So normally I'd be talking about ticket sales, but it sold out so quickly. I think you and Johnny Reed sold out the quickest here for the shows in Lloydminster. So it's going to be great for those who have tickets. But in the meantime, you've released a single that is very special to you. It's called Close to You, and it's about the passing of your grandparents, which is obviously something that is, not to go through is just terrible. All of us have, or most of us have done it. And now you've written a song as a tribute. So tell me about the process of writing Close to You and what that meant to you.
Well, I appreciate that, I get the opportunity to talk about the song Close to You because, I miss my grandparents every day. And it took many, many years for me to finally be able to write this song, although I've had the kind of the idea and some of the lyrics for a long time. Um, Grandma and Grandpa were on their way to come to see me play a concert, and I begged them to come to the show. I knew that the roads were bad, but Grandpa was an old farmer. He's a real good driver, and I thought that there was going to be no issue. And I feel so sad that they passed away in a car accident, getting ready for the show. So I had a lot of guilt, surrounding that event that happened for us. And I felt so bad for my cousins. I felt so bad for, my auntie, my uncle, and everybody. But as time goes on and time does heal, I just felt that, maybe now so much time has passed that I can do something that's going to be really special as to honor their legacy and honor how much they do mean to me, how much I miss them. And especially my grandpa, so I wrote this song Close to You with Derek Rattan, actually. And it was unbelievable how when Derek and I were writing this song, and Kyle Clark, who was with us too, such a great writer. Derek and I, everything that I brought up about my grandpa was identical to who his dad was too. And every lyric in that song is so true. So with all that being said, it's a really powerful song. And as we get closer to the holidays, maybe it can help heal some people too.
Well, I think people can relate to it. As you said, I watched the lyric video and there's a line in there and showing the red Ford truck. And there's always something that comes up about loved ones that have passed where you see, throughout the day that might remind you of them. So is it emotional when you perform this song as well, Brett?
There are a few songs in the set that are definitely very emotional that I don't perform that often because as I've become a much deeper feeler, if that makes any sense, I will get over, emotions will, kind of overrun. Close to You is very difficult to play. I've only played it a few times. I Didn't Fall in Love with Your Hair is really hard to play, as well as Tough Times the Less Tough People Do has become really difficult to play too. When I was younger, maybe before kids and stuff like that, before I really felt, loss or the meaning of life and all these different things that you get as you mature and you gain wisdom and experience in life. I would sing these songs because I knew that they were important to do in the set list. Now they're so important. They have such an impact that they're very difficult to do in the show. But the Side You've Never Seen tour has the opportunity to peel back all these layers, and it gives me an opportunity to be honest and vulnerable and authentic as I possibly can be while on stage. So it's a very unique show in that regard because you never know what you're going to get.
Well, and as this show, you're performing it across Canada, the western part this time and heading to the east in the new year. Normally at Brett Kissel shows, it's high energy and you're jumping all over the stage. And now this is acoustic, but it doesn't have to mean it has to be, quiet and totally toned down. So for those going to the show, Brett, tell me what they can expect at this more acoustic, stripped down version.
Well, they get everything, and I think that they get the best parts of what makes a show so special. We talked a lot about the intimate moments, the vulnerable moments, and yes, of course, we have to do that. That's what this tour is meant to do. But when you talk about high energy, we find a way to do that. We find a way to turn, crowd, specific Lloydminster on a Monday night. We're going to find a way to whoop things up because again, small town people are very good at that. I grew up in a small town, so I know what buttons to push and I know what buzzwords to use, and I know exactly how to navigate this show to make sure that we get the energy right. So it's going to be very special, but no two shows on this entire tour have been or will ever be alike. They're so unique and so different.
Brett, when you reflect back on the year 2024, and I can't believe we're almost through this, what are some of the highlights for you?
Um, well, a lot. It's not music. Music are not the highlights this year. Um, Self-discovery, peace, uh, time with family, and really doing my best to figure out what life is all about. That has been an incredible journey this year, and there have been a bunch of circumstances where I've had to learn those lessons or really take a deep dive into what really matters in life. Music has been an amazing part of my life, and it is very much who I am. But as I watch my kids grow, and literally as I'm on this Zoom call right now and they're walking around me and stuff like that, I'm having the best time integrating my little kids into everything that I do and bringing them up on stage and having them sing too from time to time has been what life is all about. So those are the key takeaways of 2024.
Well, Brett, thank you again so much for joining me. And once again, you're here next week at the Vic Tuba Theater sold out show, and the new single is out close to you. It just every time I talk to you, you have so much on the go. I don't know quite how you do it, to be honest. Balancing the kids, balancing the music, but you seem to be doing a great job. So I wish you the best for
Thank you,
2025. Thanks
Stacey.
again so much for chatting me, and we'll see you next week.
Okay, see you next week. Thank you.